Okay, so 26th of January 2021, same sort of setup, FTSE 100 cash, just before the market opens at 8 o'clock on the 10-second chart, just watching what's going on here. First thing that draws to my attention is that the difference between the low and the high on this chart for the last 5 minutes is only about 6 points. So currently, although there's a couple of more minutes to go, it's a pretty good indicator. If you do get some decent, positive, assertive movement of the price in the last couple of minutes, certainly in the last 5 minutes, it's a pretty good indicator of where things are likely to go. Not actually the signals that I'm looking for, but it just adds a little bit more confidence and context to the signals when they, if they appear. So just watching this, it's now going back upon itself. So actually the net gain over the last 5 minutes is reducing to, well, virtually nothing now if you look where it was. That's a 10-second bar at 7.55. So just seeing this now go down and potentially through. So it's back to where it was. So there's nothing to be gained really in terms of just getting a bit of a flavour for how things might be about to go in the last 30 seconds or so of the final minute before 8 o'clock, and it's it's pretty neutral. Look, we're back to where it was at 7.55. So, but the signal was there, so put it in. It's just that I don't know whether or not we're going to get a lot of movement. This 7.55, it went down, it went up, took the trade at just before 8 o'clock. Okay, all right, we've got some. Keeps doing that. I'm not quite sure why. What it is on this platform, something quirky about why that keeps happening. You can see we're in profit, then we're in loss again now. So that's all right. It's not a big deal. And we've got a retracement. That's that top of that green candle there. So it looks like it's just going to oscillate. To be perfectly honest, it doesn't seem that it's going to go too far. Try and get this graph sorted out, which is a nuisance. Back in profit again. So it's gone level. It's like, this is really annoying. Slightly in profit. Looking for what I'm actually doing here is I'm looking and waiting to see if we can get a nice clear bit of space between the position and in profit, and then put the stop loss in. And it's going all over the place. Look at that. It really doesn't know which direction it wants to go. So actually I'm quite happy, quite relaxed to just sit this one out, because if it goes negative, it will probably just go positive again. It can cross. I've seen it cross 10, 15 times in matter of 2 or 3 minutes sometimes, and it looks like it's one of those days. So with experience, you get a feeling for what kind of day that it might be, and I think it's going to be one of those ones where it doesn't go very far, very fast. I'm just looking for a bit of headroom between that red line and the price, and although it looks quite a lot on the graph, it isn't actually in real terms. It's only a couple of points. There you go. It's going up again. It'll probably go down. I mean, it looks like it's on a slightly downward trend anyway here to be, to read this. So I don't want to get stopped out too quickly. I said I'm relatively relaxed about this, ready to take a loss if I need to. As I said, you go into every trade expecting to be profitable, but being prepared to lose. So getting a bit close to that there, but still okay. You can see where the top is. It hasn't really breached. Okay, it has done now. Let's have a look. But it's struggling. It's going to come back down again because it's struggling. And I think it's going to go back down through. So I'd close this out for £150 loss if I had to, but you can see it's made its mark at the top, and now it's going to go back down again. It's going to go back down, but it's probably not going to go back down very far either. I think this is one of these ones where I pretty much need to call it a day. Prefer not to call it a day on a loss. and looks like I won't have to. Can we just give us a bit of breathing room, and then can put the stop loss in. That's pretty much the objective, I think. I don't think there's anything else. Right, switch to the 1 minute chart because it's just tidies things up a little bit because it's quite violent, that 10-second chart today. So here we go. Here we go. You can see it's edging down, especially if this ends up as a red bar or quite a strong red candle, then we're probably okay. At least get the stop loss in. Strong red candles tend to be slightly more predictable than strong green candles at the market open. So there we go. Stop loss in. Now it's a case of seeing whether or not there's any substantial profit to be had. But given the way it started, this could go either way, but given the way it started, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes back up again. You can see how many times, even on the 1 minute chart, it's crossed that line where the blue line is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 out of 10 minutes it's crossed that line. It's going to cross it again. I think it's going to cross it again. Unless something comes across to save us, it's going to cross it, and it's just going to be one of those days. But nothing ventured, nothing gained, and I am anticipating it's going to go back through that blue line once more. There you go, just one of those days. It happens. There's always tomorrow.